And just so you know, I'm recording this, but I am only recording my own screen. So if you want to have the camera on, you can have it, and you will not be seen in any recording. And we'll wait. And while we're waiting, you can get all the things you need and just get very settled in. Hmm. So usually people come in like a little bit late. So we'll wait 2 more minutes about. Hmm. Let's see. Something happening with my mic for some reason. Okay, there we have one more joining in. Good morning. How are we?
Hello.
Hi. I'm sharing the playlist in the chat so you can set it up if you wanna use music. Um, can you hear me okay? I think something happened with my connection to the mic, but okay, it's on again. This week has been like weird with my digital things, tech issues. Coolio. I'm recording, and you are not being recorded, but it's recording me. Um, I'll count down from 5 and we'll start playing the music together. So just before we start playing, check that you don't have your shuffle on Spotify. Sometimes that happens. Hmm. And we'll start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. And so this first song, it's just for you to get settled. So you can put your phone to the side and get onto your mat and just set up your space. Maybe going into a child's pose, or if you want to be seated, or if you want movement, movement can be nice in the morning. So in your own way, just starting to sense into the space on the inside, but also to the room that you're in. Starting to trace everything between crown down to the tail. And having this super soft landing. Good. And so today we'll really journey with the full spectrum of life and find different gateways to allowing everything to be as it is. Because circumstances aren't really optimal always. A few more moments with this freedom. Just arriving. Good. Now, with eyes closed or open, from where you're at, you can start to take this movement or stillness journey forward and down onto your belly. And taking a moment there to connect with the pulsation of earth underneath you. So it's almost like you are with your whole full body listening to the vibration underneath that is there. Good. Two more big breaths. Start to pour the breath a little bit further down towards the lower back area. Gently starting to push the legs down towards the floor and see how that activates something at the back line. And then from that connection, we'll come into cobras. So inhaling, start to peel the heart off the mat. And exhaling, moving the heart back forward down. And continue with these cobra expressions in your own way. Just moving the chest a few times up and down. Good. Just this. Connecting to the back line. Few more. Do one more full round. And then let the next wave take you towards Balasana, child's pose. Pouring hips towards heels. And taking a moment there to disconnect. Again, arriving deeper towards the center of you, towards that pulsation of breath, of heartbeat, life happening on the inside and outside also. We cannot really stop it. And starting to now elongate the arms a little bit more forward and pressing the palms down into the floor. At the same time, you're plugging the arm bones into the shoulder sockets. And let this action slowly inhale, round you forward and up to hands and knees, so towards an angry cat shape. Then as you exhale, tilting the heart forward, lifting the tailbone and gliding the hips back towards just meeting Balasana. And we'll continue with this wave. So inhale, coming forward, hands and knees. And exhaling, we glide it back. And just staying on this road of movement, you could move faster than I am or slower, but almost letting it be this pattern to lean into, to trust. And you don't have to plan it, you can just let it move you. Good. Let's do one more together. And then the next time you come up, you stay up on hands and knees, slightly neutralizing the spine, tucking the toes, and gliding your hips up and back to your first downward facing dog. And here, take a pause and just become all that you are in this shape. Just staying. Maybe there's movement, maybe there's no movement. Finding the back line of the legs. Good. And eventually committing to a more still place where you can gaze towards the movement on the inside again. Good. The next inhale, let it take you forward towards high plank, either rounding or straight back. And exhale, stay for a moment. Option here is to bring the knees down, but notice what the mind does when we stay in a more contracted place. Think of pressing slightly the balls of the feet down and forward towards the hands. At the same time, you're pulling your hands back towards your toes. Just finding that back or front line of the body now. Holding for 2 more breaths. Good. Just be with this now. This is you now. Beautiful. Next inhale, slight shift forward. And exhale, lowering all the way down to the belly. Knees can come down. Good. No rush. Finding the arms on the way, pointing the toes back again, creating the legs back and down, and let that inhale bring you up to a cobra. Smiling with the collarbones. And exhaling towards child's pose. Letting that wave take you there. Take a pause, a breather. Notice that life within. And then when the spinal wave starts to come back, you start to go with them. So you start to press the floor away from yourself as you round forward, hands and knees, and the exhale just glides you back. And about 3 more of these. And you can do them super slowly or faster, so there might be a few more or less. But you stay with you. At the same time, you're summoning everything that you are to this place. Good. Next time you come up, let this glide you to downward dog. And sensing in to this now, what is speaking through you. And then allowing next inhale to start to walk the feet forward. So Sunday stroll with the feet towards the front of the mat, many steps or 2 steps. When you land there, take an inhale, create the spine halfway up, lengthen. And exhale, bow it down, forward fold. A moment there. Generous bend into the knees so that you can release the whole weight of the body down towards earth. Beautiful. Starting to pour even more weight through the leg bones down. And as you inhale, either rounding or straight back, starting to lift up towards standing. But let it take time, especially if you round. Maybe reaching your arms up when you are standing, feeling this expansion from the center out into your legs, into your arms. And then as you exhale, soft bend into the knees, allowing the hips to sink in a little bit lower. So think of this as a more soft chair. Good. The next inhale, start to press the tailbone back and slide the elbows back behind you so that the heart or the front of the heart opens a little bit more towards the sky. And as you exhale, you start to drop the tailbone down, you round through the back, maybe crossing the fingers, palms move forward away from yourself. And we stay here, rounding on the inhale. And then the exhale, tailbone moves back, elbows move back through the air as the chest broadens up towards sky. Holding this one inhale. And exhaling again, rounding, crossing the fingers forward, chin towards chest. Breathe into the back of the lungs. Inhale. And exhale, one more, elbows back, tailbone back. Hold here, one inhale. And now listen, as you exhale, you can start to lengthen the legs and then bow all the way forward down, forward fold. Inhale, taking a halfway lift to mobilize that. And as you exhale, sprinkle fingertips down to the mat. Pour the weight to your left foot and step the right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Now bringing the right knee down. And keep the hands or fingertips down to the earth. And we'll start to go into cat and cow movement in this lunge. So as you inhale, you can broaden the chest a little bit forward and notice how that also tilts the hips a little bit more forward. And then as you exhale, you round more in towards yourself. So it's kind of a small movement, but let the breath move through you like waves. And it's nice sometimes to close down the eyes. Good. Let's do 2 more. Just finding this movement from within and letting it ripple to the rest of you. Now, the next time you round, allow the hips to move all the way back. So you lengthen into the left leg more, going into Ardha Hanuman. Slightly pressing left heel down into the mat, inhaling halfway lift and lengthen. And exhale, bow in a little bit deeper. 2 breaths here. Eyes can close. Good. And then the next inhale, starting to again lifting halfway. Now reach the right hand forward and down to the front of the mat. And in one movement, as you inhale, we rebend the left knee, we open left arm. And if it's there, you lift the right knee off the mat. The back knee comes off. It's this big expansion. Holding, inhale. Now as you exhale, we'll go to a side plank. So either right knee comes down or you can turn to the outer edge of the right foot to go to full side plank. So I'm demoing the lighter variation if you need a visual. Left foot can come down or left leg can be in the air. And just finding what is speaking to you right now. We'll stay here 2 more breaths. Can you stay free in the spine still? Good. Beautiful. One more inhale. And exhale softly, finding your way towards downward facing dog. Anchoring into it. Beautiful. Let the inhale round you forward, high plank. And exhale, bring it again all the way down to the belly. Finding the arms on the way. One cobra expression. Whatever comes, comes. Arms can do whatever. And then river it back just to visit Balasana. Now you know this road. And you can stay one big breath there to mobilize it, or you can go straight into the spinal waves. Yes. And about 3 of them again. Just holding space for your movement. And you might add on your own flavor to it also. Being present with all of it. And then the next time you come up, you glide the hips up and back towards downward dog. And meeting the felt sense of this asana, almost like the very first time. Pausing, feeling, and then in your own way, starting a journey with the feet again forward towards front of the mat. Tiny steps, feeling each step. And then halfway, lengthen as you inhale. Exhale, bow it back in your own way, again, rounding or straight back up towards standing. And as much as you're pushing down through the legs, allow your arms to reach up towards sky. So the road or the expansion from the center goes in every direction. Hold this expansion for one more inhale. And as you exhale, start to softly bend into your knees, sinking the hips. So again, a soft chair can be a little bit more bouncy and you don't have to contract the core too much. So it's a little bit more free. And the spine is free here. Taking inhale. And as you exhale, again, tailbone back, elbows back. You broaden to the chest. We stay for the inhale. And as you exhale, we round. And it doesn't have to be a big expression. You can be higher up with the hips also. Stay for the inhale. And exhale, elbows back, tailbone back. One more inhale here. And exhale, rounding again. Free the spine. Breathe into the back body as you round. And exhale, elbows back, tailbone back. Holding here, one inhale. And this time we fold forward as we exhale. Good. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen, mobilize. And the exhale sprinkles fingertips down. You pour the weight to your right foot this time, so left foot can step to the back of the mat. And we'll lower left knee. And then maybe eyes can close. We'll go through those cat and cow movements in the lunge. So noticing how hips and spine are very connected to each other as you move. And about 3 of these. And trusting this. Good. And then after the 3rd round, whenever that is, we go to Ardha Hanuman. So you start to press the hips further back, right leg starts to elongate. And you can slightly press through the right heel, inhaling halfway lift to lengthen, and exhale to bow further in. 2 breaths, free the spine still here. Good. The next inhale, lift your spine halfway, lengthen. Reach the left hand forward and down towards the front of the mat. And again, in one movement, starting to rebend the right knee. Lift the right arm up towards sky and peel the left knee off the mat, if it's there. So open arm twist to the right. Good. Can you spread your arms away from your heart a little bit further? Taking one more inhale, and then as you exhale, finding your side plank. So again, either outer edge of the left foot comes down, right foot meets the left, or you have the left knee down for more support. We spend 2 big breaths here. And find the freedom, especially in your right half of the body. Good. One more inhale. And exhale towards downward facing dog, meeting everyone. Taking a pause there. And inhaling, moving forward, plank pose. Exhale all the way down to the front line. And then one cobra expression. See if the arms wants to do something else. Maybe they even lift off the floor. And as you exhale, come back down. You take this wave to child's pose to visit that soft home base. You can spend a breath there or go immediately to the waves of the spine. And 3 of them about. Move with everything. Everything around you is allowed to be there. Good. And then after your own 3rd spinal wave, we meet in downward dog. And you take a pause there. And remember, I might always be a little bit ahead of you, but from downward dog, whenever you're ready, start a slow walk again forward towards the front of the mat, feeling every step on the way there. Good. When you arrive, halfway lift, lengthening, and exhaling, bowing in. Letting the inhale river you up towards standing, long legs, long spine. And exhaling towards that soft chair pose. And now this time, bring your hands together in front of the heart. And we'll start to press the bum further back, chest comes more forward. And now from here, if you are used to keeping your feet more together, bring them just kind of organically more hip width apart. So there's a little bit more space. And from the abdomen, start to turn your chest, just the chest to the left. So you find this nice twist, and you're using the core to twist. And we bring the right elbow to the inside of the right knee. So a little bit softer twist here to begin with. And just feeling into that. About 2 breaths. If balance is there, you can close down the eyes. Good. And then pressing down, inhaling, coming back up. As you exhale from the core, we twist to the right first. Feel the abdomen here, root down through your heels, and then hooking left elbow to the inside of the left knee. Just a little bit different information if you're used to bringing it deeper. Good. And can you equally press the inside of the knee to the elbow, elbow to the knee? Beautiful. Next, inhale all the way up to chair pose, reaching arms up towards sky, and exhaling, bowing forward, forward fold. And then halfway lift, lengthening. As you exhale, stepping right foot towards the back of the mat, lower right knee. And this time, hug inner thighs in slightly towards one another, and let that next inhale lift you up to low lunge. Exhale, stay. One more inhale, just hugging inner thighs in. And now see if you can, without using your hands, start to press the hips back as you lift the ball of the left foot and bow over right knee. And if wobbles are there, you can of course bring fingertips down, but otherwise see if you can kind of speak to that new language of tremor, of wobbles, of finding the midline. Good. Now this time we'll start to pour the weight forwards. You plant the left foot down, hug inner thighs in, and then lift the right knee off the mat, allowing the arms to lift up towards sky. Beautiful. Hold one inhale, expand more in every direction. And now exhale, we open warrior two, land into both your feet. Can you soften something? And slightly pressing through both of your feet down into the mat, strong, big leg muscles. The next inhale, we start to lengthen left arm up and over. At the same time, elongate the left knee towards straight without locking the knee joint. So here, you can just kind of bounce into both your knees still. You're not locking them here. Good. So you exhale, reach left hand forward and down. So Trikonasana visit, about 2 breaths. Spine is still long and free. Holding, feeling. Beautiful. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, gaze down, we're going to go straight into a balancing pose. So start to walk your right foot slightly in. Reach forward and down with the left fingertips. So you might need to bend your left knee quite generously here to bring the ground closer to yourself. And then start to pour your weight forward and let that float, the right leg, off the mat. It doesn't matter how high the right leg is, just find a way to play with this recalibration of the balance. And the standing leg can be really bent here. It's quite nice, especially in the beginning of starting to balance with different things. Hold this one more inhale. Can you find more expansion in every direction? And then as you exhale, stepping slowly right foot to the back of the mat. When you have both legs down, you inhale, reverse, warrior two. So left arm floats up and over like a wing. Now as you exhale, slowly start to reach the right hand forward and down towards the floor. And at the same time, lift the right heel off the mat. And then we open left arm up. So open arm twist to the left. Good. Trust this, trust you. One more inhale. And then exhale, set it up for a side plank. So choosing the side plank, either right knee comes down or outer edge of the right foot down. And here you've been. Good. Can you find some freedom there for a moment? Also, when we spend longer time somewhere, sending more lightness into the left arm, left leg. Big breath. And downward facing dog slowly. Fully arriving towards that place. Good. The next inhale will move you forward, high plank. And exhale down towards belly, finding the arms on the way there. Good. Then one cobra expression when you arrive to it. Finding those legs first. And then the next exhale will bring it towards child's pose. And this time, can you go straight into the spinal waves? So when the hips meet the heels, you start to move back forward, hands and knees. And 3 times, waving it forward and back. Still on this familiar road, this movement you do know. Last one. And then the next time you come up to hands and knees, you take it to downward facing dog. Take a moment there and feel. And then in your own way, when you're ready, either step, or walk, or even hop forward towards the top of the mat. Good. Inhaling, halfway lift and lengthen through the spine. Exhale, bow it, forward fold. And then all the way up to standing, long legs, long arms. And towards that chair pose again, just this meeting. Bringing the hands together, pushing the bum back, heart forward, and starting to twist your heart to the left from the core first. And now you can choose if you hook right elbow outside of the left knee or on the inside of the right knee. So find a place that feels good for you where you're not straining anything. It might surprise you. Good. Back to center, inhaling. And exhale towards other side. Stay there for one round of breath. And then inhale all the way up, chair pose. Exhale, bow it, forward fold. All the way down. Inhaling, halfway lift, lengthen. And exhale, stepping now left foot towards the back of the mat. Good. Lowering left knee, hug inner thighs. Inhaling, lifting spine, arms up towards sky. And as you exhale, you start to press the right knee straightish. Reaching your arms either out behind you or sprinkling fingertips down towards the floor. So find what supports you. And then almost like a wave comes. You start to pour your weight forward into the right foot. You press down to lift up. High lunge. Exhale, first find the spine. Taking one more inhale, how much can you expand both up and down through the legs? Exhale, warrior 2. Good. Then towards reversing, right arm up and over. Stretching right leg straight, and now find that buoyancy into both your knees first. So knee joints are open. Then as you exhale towards Trikonasana. Feel this and support your spine fully with all of you. Good. One more round of breath. And then towards the balancing, but first gaze down. Start to bend into your right knee. Keep the right knee quite bent and heel toe back foot in. So we go super slowly now in the beginning. Walk the right fingertips forward out and let that pour you forward into Ardha Chandrasana, the half moon. And again, to bring the floor closer to yourself, especially if you don't have blocks at home, it's nice to bend into the standing leg. Good. Hold this, one more round of breath. And then to land softly, maybe counterbalancing by reaching left arm forward, left foot steps to the back of the mat, finding earth first, and then you reverse. Warrior 2, right arm up over, inhaling. And now to exhale, reach left arm forward and down, lifting the left heel and opening right arm up towards sky. Good. Find the spine by breathing into it, into the crown of the head, to the tail. Now exhale towards your side plank, either left knee down or outer edge of the left foot down. Finding your expression here, let there be freedom into the right side. You're doing great. Good. One more inhale. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Hips moves up and back. And then when the next inhale, the wave comes, we bring it forward, high plank. And exhale in your own way, all the way down to the belly, front line. Good. Grow the legs down and back. Inhaling, one cobra expression. Let there be freedom in the throat that you know. And exhale towards visiting Balasana. When the hips meet the heels, you pour yourself into the spinal waves. So inhaling, pressing into the knees, floor away from yourself. You round forward and exhale, you glide it back. And here you have been now. 2 more. Eyes can even close. So fully trust you, fully trust life itself. Be with it. And next time you come up to all fours, let it glide you towards downward facing dog. Maybe a soft bend into the knees, and it's almost like you're allowing yourself to fully marinate in all of that which came up. So drinking it up through the bone structure of you. In your own way, starting to walk your feet or hopping forward, top of the mat. Inhaling, halfway lift to lengthen spine again. Exhale, bowing it, forward fold. Arriving as you inhale, reaching up towards sky. And exhale, sinking in again, chair pose. Hands together in front of the heart. Bum goes back, heart goes forward. First twisting heart, just the heart to the left. So feel how you support this from the center. And then either hooking again, right elbow to the inside of the right knee or to the outside of the left knee. So feel where you find most support for yourself. One big breath there. Good. And then the inhale brings you back to center first. Keep the hands together. From the core, twist to the right. Feel how much you need to use your core to twist. And then either hooking again, left elbow to the inside of the left knee, or if you go deeper, to the outside of the right thigh. Beautiful. One big breath there. Inhale, normal chair pose, reaching arms up towards sky. Exhale, bow it forward, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fingertips down, right foot steps to the back of the mat. We'll lower right knee down, hugging inner thighs in, low lunge comes as you inhale. And the exhale will wave you hips back. Think of lifting into the ball of the left foot and either fingertips down or arms back like wings. If you want to work with those recalibrations of balances again. And then when the next inhale comes, we'll start to move this forward and up towards high lunge. And you might need to press your hands down. That's okay. Move with you. And exhale, opening, warrior two. So finding this moment-to-moment flow. Reversing, triangle. As you inhale, left knee long, left arm reaches up and over. Find the left side. And exhale, Trikonasana, spending about 2 breaths there. And notice how you could make this even more comfortable for yourself. So the full body speaks as you are there. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, gazing down. We go towards the balancing. So you start to bend into the left knee, walk left fingertips slightly forward and out. Maybe right foot steps in. You lean into it to glide. Right leg, any amount off the mat. And then can you be soft there? So you allow life to be expressed through the wobbles and all of it. How softly from here can you start to land the right foot to the back of the mat again? So you feel that in between, right foot lands, and then when you have ground underneath, you re-reverse warrior two. So left arm travels again up and over. And then as you exhale, we go to the open arm twist to the left. But remember, pick up the right heel on the way there. Right hand comes down, right heel lifts, and then you open left arm. Yes. Stay and breathe there. Listen to that channel of the spine. And then the next exhale, we go towards your side plank. So choose the one that supports you here. Right knee can come down, or you bring the outer edge of the right foot down. And it might be different every single time. Get some lightness into the left side, into your head, even into your tail. Last inhale, more expansion in every direction, also into the earth from the right side. As you exhale towards downward facing dog. Good. Pause. Inhale, river it forward, high plank. Exhale towards belly. All the way down. Yes, one cobra expression. Whatever comes, comes. Let the inhale bring the heart forward. And exhale towards child's pose. Maybe you spend one big breath there. Or maybe you go straight into the spinal waves. Find some freedom in it. And see what you need. It might be just one. Can be 3 or 5. Can you rest into it in a way? Good. And then the next time you come up to hands and knees, let the exhale glide you hips up towards downward dog. What's there now? And then the next inhale in your own way, stepping or hopping or dancing forward towards front of the mat with the feet. Halfway lift, inhale, creating the spine by pushing slightly into your legs. And exhale, bowing it forward down. And we go all the way up to standing. One more time. All the way up. Exhaling to that chair pose, sinking hips, bending knees, and there's still buoyancy there. Palms together. This time, first twisting chest to your own right, and then hooking either into the inside of the left knee or outside of right thigh bone. And there's that meeting point of pressing elbow to leg, legging to elbow. Spine is there. Good. Inhaling, inflating the lungs to come back up to center, visit. Exhaling, heart moves to the left. So read the right, no, the left. And then either hooking, right elbow to the inside of right thigh or to the outside of the left. And again, that equal meeting point of leg to elbow, elbow to leg. Can you be fully in this now? Inhale, use the expansion of the lungs to bring you back up, chair pose. And exhale, bow it forward, down, forward fold. Good. Inhaling, halfway lift, lengthen spine. And exhale, stepping left foot to the back of the mat. Yes, lowering left knee. Hug inner thighs and let that move you up to low lunge. Exhale, keep the activation of the inner thighs, but start to press the right leg straight-ish. Bowing heart forward, either arms back like wings or fingertips down. Good. And then when the inhale comes, you use this force of power to wash you forward and up, high lunge. The exhale just lands you into it. Taking one more inhale, and then opening, warrior two. To the exalted triangle with your own inhale. So extending, right knee straight, right arm up over, towards triangle, and we spend a little bit longer time there. About 2 big breaths, 3. Find a place where you can really be comfortable in to get into the felt sense of this asana. Good. Next exhale, we go towards the balancing. You gaze down, bending to the right knee and walk your right fingertips forward out to the right. Leaning your weight into your right leg to float the left leg off the mat. Any amount. And what's the language here now? Is it different from the other side? And can you be with all of it? Also the part of you that wants to tense up and kind of control it. One more inhale, expand out from the center. And how slowly can you land the left foot back to the back of the mat? First finding the ground and then reversing, warrior two, right arm up and over. Inhale. And exhale, we go to the open arm twist to your own right. So left hand starts to reach forward and down. Lift the left heel on the way there and then open, right arm. So left hand comes down, left heel lifts, you open right arm up towards sky. Yes. One inhale here. And exhale to feel, drink it up from the spine. Last inhale. Exhale towards side plank, either outer edge down or left knee down. And then find that freedom to express yourself in the right side body. And you can be still, or you could be swimming in the air with your right limbs. Allow the air to support you together with earth. One more inhale. And to exhale, downward facing dog. No rush getting there. Good. And pause. Pause and downward dog. And then the next inhale, last plank pose, moving it forward like a wave. And all the way down one last time, finding the arms. Strong arms brings you down to front line. One cobra expression, inhaling. And exhaling in your own time, child's pose. And this time we stay a little bit longer. Knees can be together or wider. Arms can be forward or reaching back. Let yourself land there. Good. And now with the next inhale, start to round up to be seated on your knees. And if your knees were more together, you can slide your knees out a little bit wider. And we'll go towards a camel dance or the dancing camel. So you can go into it if you know, but otherwise you can come with me. So we'll sprinkle first left fingertips a little bit out to the left. And then as you inhale, you start to press your hips more forward to kind of create the right arm up and over like a wing. And hips can also be further down, so it doesn't have to be a big, big lift. It can be a smaller one. And then as you exhale, you bring the hips back down. You reach this time right hand forward and out to the right. And then when you have the ground there, you press down and inhaling, lifting hips, left arm follows up and over. And exhaling towards the other side. So left hand reaches forward and out to the left as the hips are down. And just continue with this movement on your own. Eyes can be more closed and in a way of releasing any debris that got stuck anywhere. Just let it move through you by following this road now. And if you find a really juicy spot somewhere, you can stay with it even. Yes. So you can stay as many breaths as you want on one side, or you can go on with a more wave-like movement. Do one more on each side, creating that blossoming effect from the lungs into the rest of the body. And then whenever you are done, you come to sit with it. You come to sit down, hips to heels, and you can turn the palms up to face the ceiling to receive the information that comes after. And if sitting on your knees is not comfortable, you can always go to a cross-legged shape. All of this and only all of this. With eyes closed or open, you can start to move your bum to one side so that you can slide your legs out in front of yourself to slowly come down to the spine. And you don't need to see me anymore. We'll go to one more gentle twist before final relaxation. So from knees bent, you can shift the hips more to the right. And then from there, the knees will come down to the left. And just a visit to let things settle. And if you feel like you need to stay longer in the twist, of course you can. And eventually, just swapping sides in your own time. So coming back to center and hips goes this time more to the left, knees to the right. And you don't have to rush through it. As I said, you can spend longer time if it's needed. And you can take any twist that you like, always. And then when it calls you out, start to come back to center, and this time taking any final wobbles before finding your final resting place, your Shavasana. So, whatever Shavasana is today, this morning. And yes, if you want a blanket or any extra clothing, go and get it. Eventually setting or settling to gravity. Hmm. And so if your mind is somewhere far, far away, just bringing it back to where the body is. And if you feel like you want to stay here longer, you're of course welcome to. But if you come with me because of time, you can start to take deeper breaths and allow yourself to bring movement to your experience. Bigger or smaller stretches, or hugging knees to the chest. And then resting on to your favorite side in fetal position. Again, sensing earth there, holding you. And with the awareness still inwards, you can start to transition up towards a seat of your choice. But take your time. Taking a pause there and allowing your mind to travel down towards the base of the heart, anchoring to the still place. And then to seal this, thank yourself in your own way for showing up for you. Big Om. And thank you all for joining in this morning. If you have anything you want to ask, I'll be here after also.